way things.
For the most part, ours is passed through. We go to them, but it hurts them.
It does. Crazy.
So they tried to do this without proper authority, and they got kicked to the curb for it and had to roll it back and then do it more incrementally.
Really?
They went from, what was it, 15 cents to 21 cents, just like that.
Oh, yeah, the rate increase.
Did you get that too?
Yeah, 3 of them.
So right now it's at, and it has a fluctuation. It depends on what time of year it is. In the summer it's higher, and in the winter it's lower. So right now it's been 19 cents. So that means it'll probably go to 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
How big a lunch did they give you over there? Didn't you tour the power plant?
Did.
She's gonna say they get the rate increase after that. Must have wined and dined you a little too much.
Jimmy John's.
No, that, I never had Jimmy John's. Any good?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing that's a drawback about Jimmy John's, there's no baked or anything.
Oh,
They're just all cold.
And it's not really customizable either.
Hmm?
It's not customizable. I mean, you can.
Yeah, it's just cut and dry.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
But
but
kind of like a
it's not
raisin.
a
You can take things off of it.
Yeah.
you don't want you to look.
Same as Jimmy John's, you can take it off.
Morning.
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 I got a few things on the agenda. Other than that, though, the bridge on R20 north of Buffalo Center is closed. Closed it yesterday, and they're hauling in equipment and hoping to get started on bridge removal tomorrow. So they'll be in there unbolting the rails, and I suppose they'll have a breaker head on the excavator and just start chiseling it apart.
Is that a timber bridge or?
It's a tall concrete abutment, steel beam, concrete deck bridge. A little bit unusual, you know, it was a state road forever, so that bridge was originally built in 1924, the abutments were, and then they modified the abutments in the, I think it was the 40s or 50s, and put a new deck and beams on it.
Did you say that was a state road?
Yeah,
Minnesota didn't change their end of that from a state road until here a few years ago.
I want to say it was Iowa 322 for
Yeah,
until the 80s.
and in Minnesota it was, it's County 17 now, I think. But it seems like it was like Highway 17 or something back then.
See, going to Keister, that's still 22,
Yeah, yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. So I right away was deeded over to the county in the 80s, I think. And all the structures
Yay.
on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that project's moving. We have hopes that 2 or 3 weeks will do it. So everything's kind of on target to do that. We mentioned last week that one of our mower tractors kind of blew up, so that's out of commission. We're working on a plan to get it replaced. It's not going to be not going to be operable this fall, so we'll be stuck with just the 2 mowers, and so we're trying to keep those moving. But Ethan's been working on a plan with Ernie Williams to get Casey Nielsen, sorry, to get a new tractor for next summer to be our lease tractor, and we would eventually buy it out. And then this tractor that we have now, we'll fix it and trade it in on that purchase. So there's kind of a lot of details and moving parts there, and we'll type that up and explain it to you in more detail. Ethan's talked to Bill about it, but
So you would keep the tractor until it's buyout time, or
Right.
Yeah, basically it'd be,
a backup, or additional?
we would rebuild it, it would have warranty for a year. They'd give us all the money back out of that at the end of it. So our lease tractor next year would be our tractor that we would purchase at.
Oh, it's a 1-year lease.
Yeah.
Well, we need a public hearing on that then?
The lease is small enough, I think, that it doesn't need it.
It'd be the
Yeah.
same lease as like what we do now. Except for we would just,
So the equipment on it, we get new equipment on the new tractor, or
we would have to order new Diamond equipment,
where do we get that from?
Diamond.
Where are they out of?
City or something like that.
So the old equipment gets traded in with the tractor?
And we can sell it without it, it's kind of at a no value, they say.
I've been watching a lot of these selling on Purple Wave and
Oh, sure.
Iron and stuff, and
Seems like it would have more value if it was on a tractor that fits. If you already had it, it almost seems like you're selling it as a unit would be.
Yeah, Casey Nielsen usually takes it off and sell it. Just the tractor.
Not a lot of buyers in the market for a worn out tractor with side and rear mowers, turns out.
more so the tractor.
So, the mower decks, they might go to scrap. See if there's any parts on
I
them we
see
wanna
somebody
save.
buying that just to put a loader on it and have it around the yard,
Right.
not to go out in the field and put lots of hours on it.
So we should have something on that maybe as early as next week.
Yeah.
And this was I'm trying to remember this, 70-10.
7210,
2001, is it?
2001.
Is that a power quad transmission, or?
That one is, yeah.
Okay.
So those are the two things I have today.
How much extra would it have cost to put, dust the whole length of the middle road, dust control?
The whole detour?
Well, not necessarily the level B road, but Mill Road, or 10th Avenue, or whatever it is,
$3,500.
3500.
Yeah.
I've already heard a few grumps about the dust, even with the dust control.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have heard much this week after the rain.
I heard it as soon as the detour started. I heard more about it before, but not everybody's happy about
Yeah.
the bridge being out this time of year.
We would normally just treat the acreages, but we decided to do the intersections too, just for extra. So we went maybe halfway, not halfway, but
Yeah.
part of the way to try and take an extra step forward on that.
Well, the intersection there will help the acreage that's right there. If the wind's out of the southwest
Yeah.
a little bit, that'll all that dust will be blown right at their place. Which, I mean, they're fairly well used to being dusted out anyway. But wind's out of the west, and you go by there with a truck, you can't hardly see the place.
Yeah.
All right, well then we'll move on to number 3, consider for approval plans and specifications for A16W1 bridge replacement project number BROS CO 95868J95.
This is a bridge replacement project in Norway 16, west side of Norway 16, kind of east and a little bit north of Scarville. Single span wood bridge, pretty typical. We're replacing it with a concrete box culvert. This is a 100% federally funded project. So it'll go through the Iowa DOT letting, and
Didn't we just pave that? Didn't we just pave that?
this is a half-mile north of the
North
blacktop.
of Blacktop.
Oh, that's not gravel?
Just upstream from where we improved it.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, yeah.
This is where it crosses.
Did that ditch get some work?
Go down to the blacktop, up to,
Oh,
just cross the
the-
blacktop.
The pavement.
So this is just north of the railroad line? Or am I on the wrong road? Oh, it's farther.
Further north.
Oh, east, okay. So it's straight off that corner.
Yeah, I would tell you who lives there, but I don't know if anybody does. It was a family that owns it now. There's a Yost that lives pretty close to there.
No, that's Paul Riggs's.
Got some Christ property and Blugum Trust property.
Now I'm confused.
When are you gonna do that one?
This one will bid in January, so probably could be about any time next summer.
Yeah, that is Rig, I think. Rig lives here. Right where Charles.
So with Bill lives now.
Mhm. And then
Yeah, I was thinking of west before. That's-
there's an acreage.
There.
What's the dollar amount on that?
It's a little less than 300,000.
And when do you think it'll happen?
Sometime next summer or fall or spring.
Make the motion to approve the plans and specifications for A16W1 bridge replacement.
I'll second it.
Motion Smith and second Derby to approve the plans and specifications for A16W1 bridge replacement. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Number 4, consider for approval temporary easement for bridge replacement project in Norway Township, Section 16.
This is the same project, the final easement. Those plans have a signature block for all of you, so make sure you all sign it.
As I say, do we need to sign right here?
Yep. So the easement is for the Marvin K. Blugum Trust. They own the property in the northeast corner, which would be the bulk of the property. We would need to dig a channel around the bridge to build it. It's for $233. About a third of an acre. No, this one just needs a signature on the last page once you move to approve it. Tricky one, several trustees in the trust, and one of them was able to help me get signatures from the others, so. I got it.
It's gonna be earthquake proof.
Well, the new bridge, you mean?
34 years ago today, I was at the World Series earthquake game in San Francisco.
Don't know we have much for earthquake action up here, but I would think if anything's earthquake proof, it's a concrete box culvert.
Guys,
We're on the St. Louis Fault.
there we are.
They said that could be the big,
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any double-decker interstates to fall down. Evidently, that one was one of these.
motion on that.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll.
Oh.
Make a motion to approve the temporary easement for bridge replacement project in Norway Township, section 16.
I'll second it.
Commissioner Smith, a second from Derby, to approve the temporary easement for bridge replacement project Norway Township, section 16. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Consider for approval public purpose statement for retirement plaque.
This is for Becky.
She's got a notary public water, you sign that one.
She did. You watched me sign it, did you not?
Yep.
There we go. I'm trying to pull fast on me here. I'm way ahead of you.
This is for Becky. She's been here for 35 years and retiring at the end of the year. We, of course, have the advertisement posted.
Seen it.
I wish we could all retire at 42.
Been here a while, and she was at her job previous to this for a while, so she's been in the workforce a while.
Where was she at before?
She worked for the Mason City Hospital.
Was there?
Yeah, I think she was there for like 10 years.
Oh, well. Only 2 jobs, huh?
Yeah.
Some people have that, more than that in a month.
Yep.
Well, I'll make the motion to approve the public purpose statement for retirement plaque.
I'll second it.
Motion from Jen Lowe and second from Derby to approve the public purpose statement for retirement plaque. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Want to scan?
Nope.
Okay,
Is your husband retired?
Yes.
Helps Talon's farm.
auditor's office will discuss drainage matters.
It's just me today.
That's right.
I don't have anything.
Just this? District 57?
No
Yeah.
announcement. All right, then we'll move on to open forum.
Just get 2 of those, the retirement ones. Okay. Perfecto.
One to me. That takes a notary, so you can have that for return to me later.
Okay,
So good.
Bill, you only signed one of them. I'll let you guys have this one and get
I asked for one.
Thank you, sir. This,
Thank you.
oh, this one's Terry.
Have a good day.
Actually, I think the back one's Terry. I think one's for Bill's on the inside. Yeah, you signed the wrong, you're supposed to assign the 28E, and you signed some, like the meeting or something.
Really?
Yeah,
There was a place to sign, if I remember right.
there was.
Yeah.
It's just not where I needed you to sign.
Way up in the corner.
Okay, so, Board of Supervisors chairperson, must be right here then, huh? Print and then sign, huh?
Yes, sir.
Doesn't say where.
57 lat 10.
Okay. Thank you.
And 57 is the one we talk about a lot.
Looks like that's the whole thing, like,
Where's that,
1200
all the way up
pages.
there?
Lat 10. Yeah, it's a pretty big chunk of it anyway. It's not the whole thing.
You know, any idea when they're gonna make new maps?
There's one in my office.
So I had asked for one a long time ago, but never got it, so. This was one of the very first, almost prototypes. Taped it.
She started my dad's. Like that one.
Okay. Move on to consider for approval estimate for third floor project.
We got an estimate, and I sent this out to you, I don't know, yesterday, maybe the day before.
Yep.
And we asked for some quotes from some other people, but didn't get any. So this is what we have. And I don't really think it's a bad price for all that he's doing.
Seemed fairly reasonable to me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of,
stuff to do
there's a
there.
lot of work up there.
And there's a lot of little work.
Yes.
All of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be good to work with us on, you know, working in the right area at the right time.
Yeah.
What's the time frame?
Well, that's the thing with the court. They're doing a project in February, and so we're gonna try to coordinate it so we can do this at the same time. I mean, it's gonna take Matt longer to do that than what the court's project is, but if we can work on it at the same time, it'll be good.
So was this on a 4-year plan or a 5-year plan or a?
So we're gonna finish up the upstairs this year, and then next year we'll start on the main floor. And then depending on bids and how far we get, do the basement the next year.
Yeah, we put work like this off until we got the roof done
Yep,
for many years.
So it's in the budget.
hmm
Seems reasonable.
The only thing we haven't got a quote for yet is the electric. And,
Is there any plumbing in that bathroom?
we're not gonna mess with that. And the electric shouldn't be too bad, there's only, well, there's probably some places that we're gonna tuck it in where it's like in the walls, like, you know, like over here, where it's showing in the walls. So we'll probably, a couple places will, you know, hide it when they're doing the sheet rocking and,
So the bathrooms that we're working on, are these older bathrooms up there, or are they in the annex?
they're upstairs in the, behind the, next to the jury room.
Okay.
Are they gonna,
And alls we're gonna do is there's some cracked walls, we're just gonna fix the cracked walls.
But is it the time to, with being in the mess, to be addressing the bathrooms, or do they?
I don't think there's
absolutely
anything
don't need
wrong with
anything?
them.
Okay,
I mean, the floor's kinda ugly, but it's not in bad shape, so,
And if we have to do that in the future,
yeah.
it wouldn't be such messes.
But they're not used that much, so they're not in bad shape, and they're, like I said, there's some cracks in the walls, and that's what we're fixing. And I don't think there's,
yeah, I don't
like I
think.
said, the floor is
complicated.
ugly, but it's in good shape, so I hate to replace it. And, the lighting's okay, I mean, it just, I think it's okay.
as far as the wiring, are there plenty of plugins in the rooms now? We're in an electric world now.
That's,
Are they gonna add a few?
that's some of the things that we have to work out with the electrician, because one of the rooms has no plugins at all.
Yeah,
And so we're gonna work on that, trying to get some plugins in those rooms that don't have any, because nobody uses the law library for getting out the books anymore. They use the library with their laptops.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's kind of just for looks.
yeah. And then we've also talked to, there's a lot of books up there that nobody looks at, even the lawyers anymore. So we've talked to the Bar Association here in Winnebago County to see if there's any of those books that we can get rid of, or, you know, donate someplace, or I don't know, something.
Give them to the Heritage,
Well, the thing of it is they're really not that old.
so they don't look.
I mean, the ones that are really old we'll probably keep, because they do look at those occasionally. It's the ones that are in between, you know, like 1982 and 1970, let's
The
say,
laws have
you know.
probably changed.
Yeah, and nobody looks at those anymore. So it's, I don't know if it's a dumpster type of deal, or,
Ask the libraries if anybody's interested.
yeah. Well, and like I said, the Bar Association has to decide whether or not they want to get rid of them or not. So that's one of those things, it's not really our call. It's,
So how often are the codes updated? Because I wondered about these too.
well, we,
Every year they make laws.
Yeah, but they're not.
Adam would get, when he was here, would get a new code every time it came out. And then, we'd all fight over who got his old set. But I don't know, you know, anymore, all the codes online.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago, they just kind of went to online.
Yeah, so, you know, we haven't got any new code books for, I don't know, maybe Kelsey does upstairs, I'm not sure.
Seems like it's just easier to look it up
Yeah, I think
on
she
the website.
does a lot online.
Then you aren't, flipping through page after page after page. Just you can search it.
And it's starting to be, so it's changing so fast that they can't keep up with what's I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, what you read in these books isn't gonna be
Mhm.
trustworthy.
So you can deal with these at the same time you deal with whatever is happening
mhm.
up
They're
there.
more aesthetic, they make us look good.
Everybody knows we can read.
I like to have at least one set around so that,
What happens when the grid goes down?
what's that?
When the grid
Yeah.
goes down, we won't be able to look at our
Yeah.
computers, so.
I do like to have at least one set, just so that we can, even if,
Oh,
because I got stuff marked in mine, so even if the laws have changed, I go and I see
You know what section?
what code it is, and then I can go to the computer to make sure nothing's changed.
if everybody obeyed the first 10 laws, we wouldn't need the rest of them. It's all covered in there one way or another.
I'll make a motion to approve the quote from Smith Construction for the repairs on the upstairs, rooms.
I'll second.
Derby and a second from Smith to approve the estimate for the third floor project to Smith Construction, who was the only bid. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
It'll be nice to have him working on it since he's already worked on the other.
He's pretty easy to work with.
Knows the ins and outs of that whole floor.
Yeah, it seems to be a
Did a great job.
consider for approval auditors transfers.
Could I have you stamp one of those for Matt Schmidt approved?
Oh.
And so I have
I
a,
only saw one. Was there two of them?
I printed my own.
Oh,
Yes, in the back.
Which one? Oh, PB3.
I'll make a motion to approve the auditor's transfers.
second, motion from Derby and a second from Jensvold to approve the auditor's transfers right after I look at them.
When you got the FETs out for now,
mhm.
do we need to print out one for each ballot style, or can I just test one ballot style from the
All in
FET?
favor, say aye.
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 Oh, and that
We can just watch it.
is
I think so.
invoices, he did invoices like throughout the project.
I think we did, for Matt, you're talking about? We did one in the middle and one at the end.
How long the project was that last?
It was 1 month.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
So it might take some time.
Yeah, I think this one might be a little bit longer, but there's just so much more. Just so much more.
How did they get the tear down stuff out of there?
They put it in a big tarp and took it out.
Sure.
Downstairs?
Paper clip.
I don't know if they did the stairs or the elevator
Is there
or
other way?
combination
There
of
used to be
them.
paper clips laying around here, but I don't see any now. Usually they come in one. consider for approval county claims.
I haven't seen any issues with it. Biggest thing was the income.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve county claims.
I'll second.
Motion Derby and a second from Smith to approve the county claims. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. There was one that was, what was that?
The King one.
Well, the King one, but no, there
140.
was another one for,
Was it?
let's see what it was. It was for $20,000-$30,000. One of them.
How much fuel was that for road department?
Yeah, it wasn't beautiful. And the description, if I remember right, wasn't very good. What it was. As far as,
Suppose we gotta sign.
as far as something.
This was just the total you thought was a. like 1%.
No, it was because I was looking at what the description was. It was just something I thought was not out of place necessarily,
Extraordinary.
just thought I would, figure out what it was. It doesn't matter. I can't see it now. I must have been imagining something.
Well, you're always welcome to go in and look at any of the claims that you wanna.
Usually when we ask the question here, you almost always know what it is. Sometimes you have to.
The last one is, the payroll for last time.
Yes, it was.
Chelsea had to add a insurance payment to it, so that's the only thing that's changed.
Was he in court today?
I don't know that answer. You can call up there.
There isn't very many cars in the parking lot, so I'm guessing not. Usually when there's court, the place is packed.
Mhm.
But there was an officer's vehicle here for some reason. Who's got the black unmarked? Is that Four Cities?
Or City has one. Like Mel's has one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this the one you're looking for? The rumble strips?
Yeah, but that's pretty self-explanatory. Maybe no, I thought I remember seeing something about rumble strips.
So is this leftover from last week then?
No, she had to change something. Somebody didn't turn in their insurance paperwork soon enough, so she had to add.
claims?
Mhm.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Seems like I remembered that. We stand adjourned.